Hello and welcome. I'm Gina. Welcome to the Artful Addict. This is my studio and I have been missing for a while. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes life reorganizes your priorities, doesn't it? So I've had very little time to craft on my own, much less record anything, but I am hoping I have passed the hump and things will be a little bit smoother now. Fingers crossed. So today I thought I would reintroduce you to an old friend. How many of you remember this guy? Oh, this is a hardcover journal that I started, oh gosh, well over a year ago, maybe longer. And I've been working on it off and on my own over all that time. And I've come to the point where I am basically done as you can be, because are you ever really done when you make a journal? There's always different things you can do and stuff in and add tucks and this and that. But I'm to the point where I think I'm pretty much done, and I thought we would just take a quick walk through. It's got 3 signatures, and thinking back, that was kind of bold for someone who'd not really made a hardcover journal before. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of pages to to decorate and play with. But that said, let's go ahead and take a look. And I may have already shown you the first signature, but I'm going to go ahead and go through everything again, start to finish. Now that it's mostly done, I won't pull every little thing out, just make a few call outs here and there. So this is the beginning. There's lots of pockets and tucks, and this is where I will probably just write my name and maybe the date that encompasses the journal if I actually, use it, which I do plan to use. And we just have some belly bands. A lot of these things that I have as far as the ephemera within are items that I've already done videos for, and I will try to point that out. Actually, I don't think this is a video, but just trying to show you what was in there. Some more just fun little items. Add some distress oxide just to kind of tone down the brightness of the page. And then just do some stamping just to help fill up the page and add some interest. I liked how this turned out. I had a stamp with lines on it, and it just, to me, it just is interesting. And here is just scrap pieces of paper trying to use. Here's one of my circle hidden paper clips. And I've got some vellum that I've just glued down, which is kind of cool. I had this pack of decorative vellum, and it was quite useful. I could glue it down and you could see through, and I really kind of like that look. I thought that was pretty cool. There's another piece. It's fun to just add layers of pockets. This just does have 2 pockets. Another little pocket, and another one of my paper clips. I really do like how that turned out. This is one of the first videos I did for a paper clip, but I thought it was really cool. I love the bird. I love just the old look of it. I think it's cool. I used some distressed oxide and just stenciled here and there just to give it a little something. But you need writing space. I mean, you don't have to plaster and do something with every page. And toward the end, on the 3rd signature, you'll see I left more writing space. I kind of started to run out of steam. But here early on, there's lots of fun things to look at. This is an envelope. And I just have some washi tape and coffee dyed paper. And I had a cute little punch I was playing with, so I have some punched items there. And you open this. This is a video, so I do have a video on how I made this. But I just think they turned out so cute. It's such a cute addition to a journal, and it's so super easy to make. Goes in there, and I did particularly like how this turned out. Just some lace and some washi tape, but I love the look. I thought that was really, really pretty. And I believe this is a video. I used 6x6 paper from a paper pad and just created these little folders. Stick that in there. And again, some washi tape, and this is the window of an envelope. And so I glued that down, added some washi tape, and again I was playing with ink oxides and my little paper punch. Just added some pieces in here and some writing space with a little homemade postage stamp. I thought that was cute. Just some washi tape and left lots of space for journaling. More space on this side with some washi tape. Kind of created a big cluster here. I do have a lot of things in, but of course, if you're going to actually use it, you might want to replace some with some more personal items. So you go to a concert or you attend a function and you have a ticket. You know, maybe take out this generic ticket I got from somewhere and put in something that's more personal and maybe make a note about it. So that's the fun of having these type of journals. This was a video, actually a popular video. I believe I made this little pocket and cluster out of an envelope, just a mailing envelope. So I stuck that in there for a little writing space. Writing space, and this is just flat out blank. I don't have any kind of stamping on it or anything, but that could always be added later. And here, this was one of the master boards that I made, which is a video that I cut up and made tags. And I believe this is a sticker. It feels like a sticker. So that I can add that somewhere if I want. Yeah, because this is a sticker. And this is a page from a book that I had added in. And I'll show you as I go through the other signatures. I have pages where I just did not know what to do with them. So a better crafter than me would probably make better use of these types of pages. But looking back as someone who is new to this type of paper crafting, putting journal books together like this, I had a difficult time with the pages that I added from this book. So on this side, this was a napkin that I had just Mod Podged down, and then I just glued down some little scraps that I had of lined paper, just so I could journal over it. Another piece of that decorative vellum, and I added a sticker. And you may recall this. When I was going to sell my circle punches, I was trying to create some packaging and a way to showcase them, and that's where I had this punch. Actually, this isn't a punch, this was a metal die. And I just glued it down, added a piece of real pretty lace, and made a pocket. These were also a video, a fairly popular video using watercolor and stamping. I might have to do that again because that was really, really fun. Very kind of low-key, you're just plopping color all over, let it dry and add some stamping. It was just a lot of fun. Beginner friendly for sure. And on this page, made a little pocket and just added little strips. I believe I have a video where I just talk about using little bitty scraps of watercolor paper and just practice painting on them. So that's all this is. Just me, oops, it's just me playing around, practicing some plants. This little beauty right here came from a subscriber and now friend Joy. I thought that was adorable, and so I added that to my journal. This page I was particularly proud of. I had just gotten those magnets, and so I came up with a way just to add little spaces to journal using the magnets so that they stayed shut. And same goes for this one. So I thought that was different and kind of fun, but lots of washi tape. It might look like a little bit of a hot mess, but I do like how these pockets open and can stay closed with the magnets. I think this might be a video, just making these little pockets. And if you glue a pocket down on just the three sides, you make another pocket, which is what I did here. And that ends the first signature. So yay! Signature 2. I'm still in a creative vibe, and so I'm doing some fun stuff here. I glued just some fabric, and here's one of my circle paper clips. And this Hello Beautiful, I just glued down on the bottom so that the top is open like a tuck. And so I could tuck this piece in like this. And it's great for making a little list, jotting down some notes. And you just scooch that up there, bend it, and there you go. Holds it like that. And on the other side, I think I might have done this on a video. I carried that lace over, created another tuck. Here's another one of those watercolor stamp pieces that was so fun to make. And this little pocket holds this little double pocket. And I believe this is a video as well. I don't think there's anything in there at the moment. That tucks in there. Here's another tuck. And this, on the other side, has an envelope that I glued in, but I just glued down the very edge and then the sides to kind of leave this open as a tuck. And what that does is between the two tucks, it holds stuff in. So I've got just this little postcard. This is really thin, and then another one of these that just, you know, opens up and is super cute. Little place to journal. That goes in there. And here we are. This may have been a video as well. I can't remember. Stuff is going back a year or two ago. So I don't know. I don't remember. But it does open up, and in this envelope there is more of these familiar pieces that I've already talked about. And a place to journal here. A little belly band. And this is just left blank on this side. Here I've kind of gone into some pink, and I'm not a huge pink person, but I did delve into a little pink area here, and this just includes some watercolor that I was playing around with. Same for that. That is a video, I believe, for Valentine's Day. And just made a little pocket with a little cluster. And added one of these homemade little mailing stamps. And I'm sure a lot of you remember this gal, because this was another video, and it's a popular video where I altered these playing cards. And so she lives right here. And another pocket. I love this. This was a video as well. This I originally received something like this from my crafty friend Nancy, and that prompted a video, and I just think this is just so cute. I'm not sure where she got the idea, and this is not the one she gave me. The one she gave me I do still have, but it's probably from the video. It's just really cute, and some washi tape and some stenciling. All kinds of stuff going on that page. And here is more stenciling. So I stenciled through the stencil here, and on this part I sprayed where the ink was on the side of the stencil, and I turned it over and put it down, and that's what I got. Got the reverse of the stencil, and I just added some pretty paper and a little stamp, and this is another envelope, and I think this is another little envelope as well. Yeah, that came from a video. It's got something in there. Simple little closure. Hides in there. Here's another one of those packaging where I just took it on the side and folded it over. And just stuck some ephemera in there. And another one of those little circles. This is more me playing with watercolor. This vellum page, I just added really cute washi tape. Makes it crinkle a little bit, but I'm okay with that. Because I believe I did have to use some glue to help it stick down, and it caused it to crinkle. Some more stenciling on this page, but the stenciling is light. I could journal on it if I wanted to. And here's the inside. Now, before filming, I was flipping through, taking a look at what I'd done, and this was just so bare. And so these are some of the stamps that I had made myself. And I think I have a video on how to make some stamps. I tried it once or twice and was kind of into it for a while. And I got that idea from Michelle at the Creative Cove. She turned me on to that because she's got some videos. She is much better at carving than I am. Much better. But it was still really fun and I enjoyed it. And some of them came out fairly decent. And so I just did this right prior to filming, and I realized that since it's already in the book, the stamping just probably would not work out very well if I tried to stamp it in the book. So I went ahead and stamped on paper and cut it out and glued it down. And I think it turned out really, really cute. I was really happy about that. But these are pockets on the side. Going on, this is one of my favorite pages. I probably won't journal on it. I just like it. Again, this is a stamp that I had made. This little guy right here. Yeah, I just stamped it. And then this is just a little card that came with one of my monthly kits that I get. And I just loved her little face, so I just cut some slits in the page and just stuck the corners in. Here, I just glued down some pretty paper, added a few pieces. I think this is one I made. I stamped some tissue paper and glued it down with Mod Podge. But I do like how that turned out. This was just glued down to the piece of vellum. There's the back. Again, just glued down some pretty paper on it, added some lace, have this little pocket, decorated it. I used blue ink here just to kind of tie into all the blue that was going on this page. Again, more little pockets, and again with the blue ink, and there. That's another familiar piece to a lot of you. And it goes in there. Blank over here, not much happening. These were also more of my stamps I had stamped and then used a metallic marker or paint, I can't remember. I don't really have much metallic in here, but I don't know. That's what struck me at the time, so that's what I did. Nothing over here. I feel like I need to add something to kind of cover up the ink went through. So I don't know, I'll probably add some sort of little pocket later on. Here I just stamped my little birds. Same stamp, but just different angles like it was walking. And here's another page that I thought turned out pretty well. This material, I got it at Goodwill, but it was on a little white blazer, a little jacket. And I took it off and glued it down. But again, I've got my magnet, and this page that I thought was really pretty opens up. You can journal, and then it has this page. This is another one from that book. But yeah, I didn't do anything with it. It just mostly had my magnets glued down, and it holds through the paper. These magnets are small, but they are super strong. It could probably hold through a couple of pieces of paper. Easy. That's how that goes. And that is the end of the second signature. Yay. My last signature. I do have stuff in here, but I think I was just starting to poop out. That's why I'm thinking 3 signatures was just a lot. And granted, I have been gradually working on it, but after a while, you know, you just get kind of tired of working on the same thing. And I was starting to think that I did not have much creativity left, so I couldn't think of new things to do. But we start out with, again, one of these, but it is glued down. So this stays here, opens up like this. I think it is just adorable for some little writing space. There is room. I could maybe stick something else down here if I wanted to. And just coffee dyed paper. This is just folded over with some washi tape, and it opens up. Nothing on there. I did maybe ink around the edges, but that's about it. This is a piece of napkin that I Mod Podged, and it's really kind of hard and textury, and I really like it. I think I maybe I put it over top of vellum, but it wrinkled up a little bit. I still think it was pretty cool, so I just glued it in as a pocket. And here is the left side of this big piece that I put in, and it makes a few pockets. And these are great big pockets, so if you have giant pieces of ephemera, this is great for storing those. And this was a video a few years back, little paper bags. I added some color and some stickers and some splatter, and I just thought that was really, really cute. Blank page, nothing on it. Blank page, nothing on it. I might go add some stamps or something at some point. This is a stamp as well. I stamped on a page and glued it down and just needed some type of little border, so it's just a little hand scribbled border, but I think it's cute. I like the sentiment and the picture, and so I just glued that down. And here, blank, this is one of those pages. This is washi tape. So these flowers are washi tape, and this gold is washi tape. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of this. I don't particularly like this kind of shiny, reflective stuff, but I like the poppies, and I do like this little verse right here. But I may go in and add something to cover up the rest. And I may even eventually cover this. I'm just not a fan. This piece was a video, and I do like how it turned out, and it is a pocket. I glued it down on two sides, so it's also kind of a tuck. So I could definitely tuck some stuff back there. I did it on top of this other piece of decorative vellum. There's the back. This is just a piece of paper. I made a little pocket. This was a video, or these were videos, so that may look familiar. There's the backs, a little bit of writing space. This is just one of those other real big pieces of ephemera. Came in a kit. If you look at the back, this is coffee dyed paper. And the coffee dyed paper you see with these imprints on it, I have some really big stencils. And when I was putting my papers in a big pan and pouring coffee over it, just some of the layers I put my stencil in between. And so when it dried, it came out with this awesome stenciled effect. So that's what this is. Just one of those pieces I coffee dyed years ago and just threw in stencils in between the pages. Here I kind of went into some blues, added a cluster here, and this was a video as well. This is actually one of my favorite videos, or at least one of my favorite crafts. I just created flowers out of little pieces of tissue paper. It was one of my favorites because I felt very creative when I was doing it. I first just take tissue paper and then paint colors on them, let it dry, and then you can tear it up and make different things using the torn up pieces of tissue paper, and one of the things was a flower. And I really like it. I don't know how popular it was. I don't think it was very popular for video at all, but I don't know. You might want to check it out. Could be a little tedious because it's tissue paper and you're dealing with glue and tissue paper. I did have to use tweezers a lot, but you know, if you've got time to kill and you just want to do something kind of different and fun, take a look at that. These are tea bags. I have some tea. It's called Blue Butterfly Tea, and it's good for you, and I enjoy it. And every time I would brew some tea, I would dye the tea bags. And so I started to get a little collection of these blue tea bags, and I glued them down. This was a tag I made. This is probably a Mod Podge napkin on top of it. So I like the bird. So that's there. This was completely blank, but I was like, oh gosh, come on. So I had some new washi tape, and I really thought that was nice. It's subtle, it's not bright, but it adds just a little bit of something to the page. This may have been a video from Christmas time, I'm not sure, but glued it down on all three sides so that it makes a pocket in the back. This is something I just did because both sides were blank, and it does have a little bit of stenciling on it, but I thought, well, come on, Gina, let's do something. So I glued some stuff down, and I think it goes. And this was a pretty popular video where I made this, and I believe I made these pockets out of an envelope that I got in the mail. So take a look. This is blank. This side is blank, but this is from an older video, And so I glued that down. So here we have a little bit more pink. And this is from an even older video. I added that. That's the thing. After a while, you collect so much ephemera. I brought it all out and started just, using it to add into my journal. Now here's another one of those pages. Kind of like the column. And I could always maybe, I guess I could add some magnets and then just be able to stick it down. I don't know. I used a piece of ephemera that I didn't glue down. I have this little bitty piece that was here, and I glued this side and made kind of a pocket out of it, and then just left this side open so I could write, and it just folds in like that. And then this is one where I stamped, and I didn't like how it came out, and I just put it on a piece of tape, glued it down, and just put little lines like it stitches. This is the other side of that one, and it just holds huge pieces of ephemera. And flip it over. This was a video, I'm pretty sure. This I just did before I started filming. I found this piece that I had drawn, and I had this piece of fabric that had stamped on it. I have this big old roll of tape, and it's barely sticky. It's just kind of enough stick on it that it holds together in a roll. But I have to actually glue it down, so just as a background, I glued it down. I glued down my piece, or my fabric, and I left this side sticking out just to help hold down whatever may be tucked in here. I left a little ruffle on the outside, and then I glued down my flower, and that's it. And on the flip side, I had folded the tape over, so I wanted to cover it up, so I just glued a piece down there. It has a little bit of washi tape on it. This is blank. Didn't do anything extra to it, but it's coffee dyed, so there's already a lot going on. Same with this side. And in the back, I made more pockets because you can't have enough pockets in a journal, right? And on the very last page, I wrote, "The end." And that is the end of my walkthrough of this hardcover 3-signature journal. Like I said, the third signature is not quite as finished as the rest, but leave something for another day, or when I'm going through and actually filling out and using the journal. It's nice to have some stuff left open in case I get something I want to put in it, or maybe I've created another piece of art between now and then and I'd like to stick in there. So you don't want it to be too stuffed before you even start using it, and this one is fairly stuffed. So if you are new to creating journals like I am, hopefully that gave you some ideas of some things you could do on the inside and ways you can decorate it. If you're an experienced paper crafter who makes journals and you have ideas for some of these pages, leave them in the comments. I would love to hear them. And plus, anyone else reading them might learn something new as well. So I would love to hear your comments, what you think, how I did, what your ideas are. That would be awesome. I love hearing from you. And that's going to do it for this video. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.